Hey everybody, I'm coming making this video message and I want to ask you, are you a mature man or woman? Are you a mature man or woman? The reason why I'm making this video message is because sometimes you may, just as an individual, automatically assume that you are a mature person. And a lot of times, what we do outside of just being an individual, we will automatically deem someone mature because of their age. So, for instance, when a child turns or a teenager turns 18, or when they become a young adult, which is at like 21 years old, people will automatically assume that they are mature. But in certain scenarios and in certain situations, the way that they act, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they react, you will be able to clearly see their level of maturity get revealed or exposed. Now, I'm not going to talk about the young people, but I did just want to throw that out as an example. But I want to just let all of you all know, if you really believe that you are mature, you will immediately recognize that you really are truly mature based off the aspects of your life that you have reached the most advanced stage in a process. So let me tell you this example, or let me give you this example. Are you the type of person you bend over backwards for people? You are more than willing to help people or certain people. You will go broke to make somebody else happy. And I'm not saying just in a romantic way. I'm saying with friends, with family members, even with people who are close associates or acquaintances. You are just the type of person, if it's their birthday, if they are celebrating a milestone in their life, you are the type of person you will spend a lot of money to buy gifts for people. You will go out of your way to help people. You will go out of your way to assist someone who is in a time of need. However, if those same people offend you, if they maybe confront you about something concerning your attitude, if they do or say something that you don't like or it irritates you, are you the type of man or woman to go and take back gifts that you bought? Are you the type of man or woman that keeps throwing in somebody's face all that you've done for them and how you have helped them? Are you the person who has experienced someone who will buy you nice things? They will help you. They will be a support system for you. But the minute you all bump heads, the minute you all fall out, the minute you all are not seeing eye to eye, they will ask for things back that they bought you. They will throw in your face how they were there for you in your time of need. They will tell everybody or even make you feel bad because of the fact they have been helping you, because right now you may be down and out. If you are the person that does this to people, or if you are the person who experiences this type of behavior from certain people, they are not mature. You are not mature. I need you all to understand that your level of maturity, it shows and it comes out when things come about in your life. And so if you are the type of person that feels like, okay, this person offended me, they're irritating me, they hurt my feelings because they did something I don't like, they said something I don't like, they are confronting me and wanting to have a conversation with me about something concerning me, or they tell me the truth about myself and I don't like it, so I'm gonna go and I'm going to take gifts back from them. I'm going to let them know that they don't have the right to come to me and say anything to me because I've been helping them. I've been their support system. It's not the other way around. You all have got to understand you are not mature. And I don't care how old you are. You can be 25, you can be 35, you can be 45, you can be 55, 65, 75 years old, and you begin to act like an immature child. How is your outlook in situations? This is another example. Are you the type of person that feels like the world revolves around you, meaning it's your way or the highway? Are you the type of person you get upset when people don't do things the way that you do them? Are you the type of man or woman you get upset when people don't think like you, when they don't act like you? If you are that type of person, you fly off the handle simply because people don't handle situations the way that you do, or you are the type of person you get very agitated because people don't think like you, ma'am or sir, you are not mature. And on the other hand, if you're around people who act agitated and irritated, or they fly off the handle because you don't think like them and you don't handle situations and circumstances the way that they do, they are not mature. Maturity takes time. Maturity is not something that happens just because you are a certain age. You all also really have to grasp that your level of maturity sometimes has to be cultivated, and it has to be refined, and it also has to be taught. This is what I love about God. I love with Jesus Christ how he gives us so much time to mature and to get ourselves together and to really iron out a lot of our idiosyncrasies and our indiscretions and those broken parts of the inside of us. He gives us time to mature. And so today, I want to let you all know, I want you to do an inventory check over every aspect of your life, and you be honest and say, you know what, I don't think that I am mature in this area. Are you the type of man or woman where you feel like you have the right to disrespect somebody and talk crazy to somebody because in your mind they are not at your level? You are not mature. If you're around people that disrespect you and they talk crazy to you because they feel that you are not at their level, they are not mature. Look at your relationships. Look at how you interact with people. Look at who you hang around. Look at how you react. How you react in situations, it reveals if you're mature or not. And I know what a lot of you all are going to say. You're going to say, well, you know what? If somebody makes me angry, if somebody does or says something that I don't agree with, and I've talked to them before about it, I have the right to go off. I have the right to snap because they're so-and-so age and they know better. Let me explain something to you all, because it's always another side. You all have got to be humble enough and mature enough and understanding enough to know that another individual and them not moving and dancing to the beat of your tune does not discount or discredit them as far as being immature. But your response to them not doing certain things your way, it definitely exposes your level of maturity. The way that you are quick to react to people, and I am guilty of it, and I know a whole lot of you all out there, you are guilty of it. If you are not currently guilty of it, you've been guilty of it in the past, where your reaction to certain people in certain situations, it is very childish. It's very immature. As a man or woman in the body of Christ, you all have got to know the way that we walk, the way that we talk, the way that we think, and the way that we respond. It should always glorify God. And I think that now this is escaping so many people because you will be quick sometimes. I think all of us have done this, where we will be quick to react based off how we feel in a moment, instead of being very humble and patient enough to say, okay, you know what? This person is doing these different things. They're saying certain things to me that I don't like, but because I know that this can go left, I'm going to be quiet for a minute. And when they calm down, then I'll go and have a conversation with them. How many of you all can honestly say that you are willing to do these things? And I'm not saying you will always get it right. I don't always get it right. But you have to get to a place. If you say, yeah, you know what? I'm a mature man. I'm a mature woman. Start doing an inventory check on every aspect of your life and pay attention to your response. Pay attention to how you respond to people in your friendships when things don't go right and you bump heads. Pay attention to how you respond and how you react to someone you're dating and in a relationship with. Pay attention to how you respond and how you react to your spouse. Pay attention to your behavior when things don't go your way. When things are not being done or created or built the way that you create and build or produce things, your reaction to it actually shows your level of maturity. Now, sometimes people do need to be told about themselves. Sometimes you do have to bring constructive criticism to people. But a lot of times, people who really believe that they're mature, they really are extremely childish. Anytime you see grown people taking things away from you that they bought for you, or throwing in your face things that they've done for you, you better understand that you are in the presence of someone who is very immature. Because see, when somebody cannot control you by doing other things, they will try to control you based off them helping you. And sometimes people want to punish you. They want to punish you because they feel like, okay, he or she didn't do what I asked them to do. He or she is not moving the way that I move. He or she is not thinking the way that I think. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take back my assistance. I'm not going to help them anymore when they ask me for help. Those gifts that I bought them, I'm going to ask for them back. We see this happen in the celebrity world all the time, where there are couples, they are so madly and deeply in love. They sing each other praises publicly. But the minute they go through a divorce, the minute they break up with each other, you will then see days later that same couple arguing or fighting or on their way to court because they want certain cars and houses and jewelry and clothing back that they bought for the person. Now, for some of you all, that may be a bad example, because you may feel like, oh, okay, well, she's referring to the celebrity world. But baby, there are people who are saved men and women in the body of Christ. They conduct themselves like this as well. You will be in settings in the house of God where you don't give certain information to the man or woman of God. You don't really agree with what their vision is as a whole in that particular ministry. So to punish you, they will avoid you. They will ignore you. They will not allow you to do certain things in the church on certain auxiliaries. I've talked about this a little bit before and I've addressed it. But the point is, I want you all to really start to pay attention to, are you really mature? Are you mature in your reactions when things don't go your way? Are you mature when you are confronted? Are you still mature and solid in your level of maturity when you are angry, when you're irritated, or when you are offended? Are you mature in your outlook on life? Do you feel like every way that you think, every way that you act, every way that you respond, your way of doing things, that everybody around you has to be exactly like you? Because if they're not, you are going to raise hell. Really, really think about that. And if you can say, in all honesty, you know what? I am not a fully mature man or woman. You may not be mature in every area with the few examples that I gave, but in other areas, you have reached the most advanced stage in that particular process of your relationships, doing business, how you interact with your children. I remember when my children were younger, and when they were little, I would respond to my children with anger sometimes, because when you are a parent, I can just say, as a parent, grace yourself first, but I would also tell everybody else to grace other parents, because when you are a parent, or you are a single parent, or you are a parent who has gone through a divorce, you all have got to stop thinking that every single day is going to be beautiful music and roses. You all have got to stop being ignorant and thinking that an individual in certain situations and circumstances, or stressful situations, you got to stop thinking that they're always going to be a upbeat, positive, and chipper person. Now, I'm not saying or justifying, oh, okay, this person just cursing people out, they're abusing people, they don't care, they're mean, they're evil. That's not what I'm talking about. But grace people in the sense of give them mercy, and understand they can have a bad day. They can have a bad week. Somebody can have a bad month. They're a human being. Because you need the grace, you need the mercy as well. Think about any time in your life where you were not always mature. You probably acted like a child. You were probably that ex-husband, or that ex-wife, or that ex-boyfriend, or that ex-girlfriend. You called them on the phone once they dumped you, or you dumped them, and you want all of your gifts back, or you want all of your money back that you spent. Now, where they do that at? I had to say that real ignorant and ghetto. Where they do that at, where you once loved this person, or you probably are still in love with that person, and things just didn't work out. And so the whole relationship, you were secretly keeping a note or a pegboard as to how much money you spent on them. You talked about and remembered all the money you spent on plane tickets. You talked about and remember all the money you spent on dinner. You talked about and you can remember all the money you spent on Valentine's Day, on Christmas, on Sweetest Day, on their birthday. Every single thing that came up over the course of that relationship. Now, because you're angry, and because they broke up with you, or you had to break up with them because they offended you and they hurt you, and I'm not saying you're not justified in breaking up with somebody or removing them from your life or removing yourself, but for you to get on the phone or email somebody and text them and say, I want all my money back because you wasted my time. No. If you love that person, and if you know that before they made you angry, and before things went left, that you really honestly and wholeheartedly cared for that person, then you need to look at that relationship or that friendship, because friends do it too. I want all my money back that I spent. I want my $1,000 back that I spent when we went on that trip, because I paid for the hotel. We not friends no more. I got bills to pay. See, things like that, I want you all to get out of that. Look at it as, you know what, that's just history added to the book of my life. That's just an experience. It was not a good experience. I didn't have a good ride with that friendship, or with those family members, or with that person. But you know what? At the time that we were on one accord, and at the time we were getting along, and at the time we were in that relationship, I had a ball. We had our good days and we did have some bad days, but I don't want anything back that I bought them, because at the time I cared for them. I believe we were going to be forever. I believe we were going to be locked in. You all have to raise your level of maturity up. You don't go around here telling secrets that people have told you because you're pissed off at them. That's not being mature. You don't always react and hit below the belt because somebody angered you, because you all are bumping heads on a certain matter. And like I said, I'm guilty of this, and I know a whole lot of other people, they are indeed guilty of it too. All of us are guilty of it, but it was just something that was weighing on me because people automatically assume that they're mature. But I'm here to tell you again before I leave and end this video message. Our level of maturity, it gets exposed when we are having a hard time with friends, when we are having a hard time with family members, when we are having a hard time with business partners, when we are just having a hard time in certain levels and aspects of our lives. We may not even know that we're actually immature, but when we are faced with certain things, certain challenges, certain dilemmas, certain uncomfortable situations, and certain things that come our way and it blindsides us, the way that we're responding, the way that we're thinking, the way that we're talking to people, the way that we're treating people, it actually shows if we really are just solid, without changing, without switching up, without going back and forth and up and down and front to back. It really exposes if we really are mature. Don't ever be mature just when it's convenient for you. Oh, I'm going to be mature because I'm in a friendship with this person. But, you know, if the friendship ends, all bets are off. I'm going to talk to them any type of way. Oh, I'm going to be mature and I'm going to act good with my husband. I'm going to act good with my wife. But if they piss me off, all bets are off. I'm going to cuss them out. I'm going to bite their head off. I'm going to tell people what they really be doing behind closed doors. I'm going to embarrass them. I'm here to tell you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, be solid in your level of maturity. Get to the highest level of advancement in your process, and that determines if you are mature. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I had some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay, it's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.